Taylor Swift just made landing pages essential. She just made an entire population of people absolutely lose their minds, and not for the first time, mind you, over a landing page with a countdown on it. Now, this is incredibly easy to do, and Taylor Swift has simply leveraged her fame and the power of FOMO and a countdown to get people to literally sit and live stream a countdown on a landing page. And because it's so simple, we can do it. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to make a landing page exactly like Taylor Swift did, complete with the countdown and everything like that, but we are going to tweak it slightly because Taylor Swift is incredibly famous and has an immediate pull, and all she needs is a countdown. You and I need to generate leads off the excitement. So we're going to tweak it slightly for a slightly more non-famous folk, but what we are going to deliver is a Taylor Swift building excitement landing page very, very quickly. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to actually get this done is going to be something that's going to make it very easy for us to create, because we don't want to code anything at all here. So the first thing we're going to do is head across to plugins just here, go to add plugin. Now, up in the top right hand corner, you've got search plugins, and we can just search for SeedProd. Nice and simple. That's going to pop up on the top left here, where you can click on install now and then on activate. Now, I actually already have SeedProd installed, so I don't need to go through that process. It's literally clicking 2 buttons. I actually have SeedProd Pro installed, which is going to give me a whole heap more features, so it's definitely worth checking out, and one of those features we are going to use today. So if you want to check out SeedProd Pro, I'll leave links down in the top pinned comment and in the description for you, but if you just want to give SeedProd a go, build yourself a landing page, you can do that with this version, which is completely free. So with that in mind, let's head across to SeedProd, which is just here in my sidebar. And you can see I've got a few different options here. So I can set up coming soon pages, maintenance modes, things like that. All I want to do is create a new landing page. Now, I've obviously created a fair few down here, but we're going to create a brand new one. So here we go. And what we're going to get here is a load of templates, so various templates that we can pick and choose from, and we can also filter them based on what we want it to be. So a coming soon page if you're building up a website or something like that, maintenance mode for a 4-page, or the sales pages are particularly useful. Now, what we're actually going to do today is we're going to use one of the coming soon templates. So you might not have a website coming soon in this instance, but the template itself for a landing page is going to give us exactly what it is we're looking for, which is this big event that's happening soon, and here is a countdown to it. So we've got lots of options here, and a few of them do really suit what we're looking for. I'm going to go for this one here, just pretty straightforward. And let's just call it Taylor Swift, because why not? So this is our template, and it's already fairly similar to that Taylor Swift idea, right? There's not a whole heap here, and it is really putting forward one message. So we could even argue this is kind of Taylor Swift-esque. We could be writing lyrics on the typewriter there. But let's go really in depth here with the Taylor Swift idea and change this whole background to something that is very similar to what she did. The way we're going to do that is head down into the settings here, the global settings, and then I'm going to go to background, and then I have options here, so I can change the background color and the image. This is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to delete this one, and if you have SeedProd Pro, you can use a stock image, so you could click on here and search for a stock image. For example, we could just search for glitter and see what comes up as options. And we've got loads of different options, and we could match one up to our Taylor Swift vibe. Alternatively, we can just click on use your own image, and then we can either use one that's already in your media library, or we can drop a new one in, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to upload files just here. So here I'm just going to drop this file into here, and it's going to upload it, and then we're going to use that as our background. And there we go, we have our very orange glittery background, very Taylor Swift-esque. However, obviously the other big element that she had in this was indeed a countdown. So let's head across to here. And I've got a variety of options. These are drag and drop options that I can just drop in. So for example, say I wanted to add in another headline, I could just drag it there. No problems at all. However, what we want is we actually want a countdown. Now this is where the advanced options from SeedProd Pro come into play. So I can grab countdown just here and drag it in. If you don't have SeedProd Pro, this isn't going to be an option for you. You don't get the countdown block. So let's click on that, and then we can select an end date for this one. So let's, for example, set it to, just give it a short period of time. So it's going to set off in 28 days, for example, if we want that kind of countdown. And then we can select an end time as well. As this is going to be the primary standout thing on our page, we're going to go with a large option. And then, of course, if we want to, we can come across into the advanced options. We can start to change the typography and the colors and everything to match in quite nicely. I'm going to stick with our Taylor Swift-like coloring with the highlight color here. So this is what color the little background's going to be. And we're going to go with a kind of greener color, something like that. Maybe should be a little bit more minty if we're really getting into it, but we don't need to worry about that too much. So now we have a big countdown. I've changed the fonts, I've changed the colors, I've even made it as big and as wide as I want it to be. So that really is the standout feature. Something we can also do is head down into these animation effects and we can give it an animation. So when it comes in, when you open this page, you get some kind of big, bold movement to make people just look at it even more. For example, we got a roll in there. So let's see what other options we've got. The zoom in down. Love that. And then also, for example, we could come up, we can do all kinds of things like the rubber band kind of shakes it around. These are just a good way to draw attention to one particular element of your landing page. In this instance, I'm going for the countdown, but it could be, for example, your call to action. That might be the one to go for. You don't want to overdo it and have too many things that are animated because that might cause problems in itself, but this seems like a good way to go. Now, of course, we can change other things on the page. For example, here, we can change this up. This is an image, so it's going to be our logo. So again, let's just delete that. Choose a new image, and exactly the same as before, we're going to upload a brand new file to here. Now I found this pretty cool kind of Taylor Swift in the orange glitter that I can use. However, of course, if we select this, it's not really going to stand out that much because we have an orange glitter background. So let's just go back and change that background slightly. She's used many colors. We don't need it all to be orange. So we can go here. I'm going to look again for glitter, but I'm going to go blue. I'm not a massive Swiftie, but I do remember her using blue as well. So let's have a look at that instead. There we go. We've now got a blue glitter background, and that Taylor Swift just pops off an awful lot more. Or again, if we wanted to, we can use our own image and upload another file into here. There we go. We've gone for a blue glitter to really make our Taylor Swift pop. And then we can come here into this, and I'm just going to swap this out to an orange color just to really match in with that text. I think that's going to be a much better look. Now, because we aren't Taylor Swift and people don't go absolutely crazy when we just put a countdown on our website on a landing page, we might want to add something that's actually going to be of benefit to us. Some way of people to actually get notified of what's going to happen when that countdown ends. Now, of course, you can put something on here that says specifically what's going to happen or what the benefit is to somebody signing up for when that countdown ends. That makes a whole lot of sense. Maybe 10% off for something when the countdown ends, etc., because you're revealing something. However, Taylor Swift doesn't have to do that because she's Taylor Swift. So what we will do is we will just add in a way for people to sign up in order to receive something. So let's show you how to do that so you can start to build leads. So the first thing we do is I'm just going to get rid of both of these pieces of text here. So just delete that one and delete that one. Now we have a contact us button just here, which is absolutely fine, and we can absolutely use that. Click on it, head through to a contact us form. I'm just going to delete that one as well because I have something different in mind. I am going to go ahead and use the opt-in form button. So I'm just going to drag this into here. And then if I click on it, I get all the different options as to what I can change. And again, here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of the name section because all I need is somebody's email. It's always best to only take the information that you need. There's no need to do name and email and address if you don't need those pieces of information. All you need is the email. Just ask for the email. It makes people a lot more comfortable about giving you that information. So now we have an option for somebody to put in their email and we have a submit button. So let's again just head over to the submit button here, change that color because we want to match it up with everything else that's on the page. Very, very nice. And then we can change the size and the width of the button as well. Make that a little bit bigger. I can come up to the advanced and I can change the font. So again, matches up with everything else. And there we go. We have our Taylor Swift landing page with a way for us to collect some leads, which again, obviously Taylor Swift doesn't need, but you and I might do. I did mention it earlier, so what we can do is we can maybe just drag in a little text down here, which is going to give people an idea of exactly what they're going to get if they sign up. They're just far more likely to take an action if they know why they're taking that action. What's the benefit to them? That's really what we're selling here, is the benefit. And again, the benefit to us, well, the benefit that we can give out isn't, hey, I'm Taylor Swift, look at this countdown. So let's just put something in here. Again, edit over in this right-hand side. And we can say, sign up now to get 10% off the new album launch. Again, if we were Taylor Swift, this would have ruined the entire thing because the whole thing wasn't about getting people to sign up. It was about a tease for potential album. We didn't even know if the album was actually going to, whether it was going to be an album. Last time she did this, it was a merch drop. So, you know, it's not, not that exciting. However, we are, again, going to pretend that we are both Taylor Swift and not Taylor Swift, all at the same time. So we can save this and then preview it. So let's save and preview. And this is what it's going to look like when somebody comes to this particular landing page. And you can see we've taken all those elements of the Taylor Swift countdown and also modified them to work more for us because we're not international global billionaire pop stars. But we can get people, we've told people why they should sign up and given them a way to sign up so that we can get leads. And it really is that simple. It doesn't take very long at all, and you can now add this, have it run on your website, and basically you have a landing page that's really appealing and is going to get people to sign up. Like, hey, if it's good enough for Taylor Swift, it's good enough for us. Now, there's of course many other things you can do with your landing page that's going to make it even more successful, generate more sales, generate more leads. And if you want to know how to do that, you're going to click on this video right here.